You imagine a life where money isn't stressful, where work feels meaningful, and where you wake up excited rather than exhausted. You picture traveling when you want, helping family without checking your bank balance, and spending evenings on passion projects instead of doom scrolling. Yet every time you vow to start building that reality, something derails you. A quick look at Instagram lasts 40 minutes, one YouTube video becomes 5, and a simple snack break turns into an hour-long grazing session. The day ends, tasks remain untouched, and guilt tightens its grip. You promise yourself tomorrow will be different, but tomorrow arrives wearing yesterday's habits. After weeks of this loop, you quietly conclude, maybe I'm just a lazy person. Let's clear that up. You aren't lazy. You're trapped by inertia. Newton's first law isn't just for comets. It rules human behavior too. An object at rest stays at rest. An object in motion stays in motion. Starting meaningful work demands an initial burst of energy to break the resting state. And we routinely exaggerate how massive that burst must be. Picture the moment before a rocket launch. Smoke billows, engines roar, fuel burns by the ton. In your head, sending one email or outlining one article feels just as extreme. Facing that imaginary rocket launch effort, your brain chooses dopamine snacks instead. Short videos, fresh notifications, leftover pizza, because they require almost no ignition energy. Suppose you need to write a 30-page research paper. That mental picture, 30 full pages, citations, editing, looms so large that you'd rather reorganize your sock drawer. Instead, set the bar comically low. Open the document and write a rough title. That's it. The task transforms from scale Mount Everest to take a single step. Once you've written a title, the resistance drops a notch. Maybe you type a tentative subtitle, perhaps a sentence. Before long, you've sketched a short outline, almost accidentally. This micro-start principle works everywhere. Planning a daunting workout? Don't vow to crush a 90-minute routine. Promise yourself a 5-minute warm-up. Learning guitar? Don't plan a 2-hour practice session. Strum 2 chords once. Big tasks feel lighter when the first unit is laughably small. Stanford's study on habit formation supports this approach. Participants who paired desired behaviors with tiny, low-friction actions, called starter steps, were far more likely to maintain the habit 2 months later. Your brain loves easy wins. Each tiny start reinforces a self-image of, I'm someone who begins, and that identity fuels bigger starts next time. Enter the 2-minute rule. Commit to doing the task for just 120 seconds, then stop if you truly want to. 2 minutes of jogging, 2 minutes of reading, 2 minutes of cleaning one shelf. Because the finish line is visible from the start, resistance stays low. Here's the magic. Once motion begins, momentum often carries you far beyond the 2-minute mark. Think of pushing a kid on a swing. The first shove demands effort. Afterward, gentle taps keep it flying. In behavioral economics, this is the sunk cost effect in a positive form. After investing even a sliver of effort, we're likelier to keep investing because quitting would waste the energy already spent. But what if you do stop at 2 minutes? Celebrate. You still logged 2 honest minutes. Infinitely more than 0. Consistency beats intensity. A chain of small wins rewires your belief system faster than sporadic heroics. Popular culture fetishizes motivation. Inspirational playlists, cinematic workout montages, coffee mugs that scream rise and grind. Motivation is fickle. It peaks during goal setting and evaporates during goal doing. Relying on it is like relying on the weather. You'll move only on sunny days. Shrink and time box bypasses motivation altogether. You're not waiting to feel like writing. You're merely agreeing to scratch out a clumsy opening sentence. You're not hyping yourself to study an entire textbook chapter. You're scanning the first paragraph for 2 minutes. The actions are so small they slip beneath the radar of resistance. Momentum is compounding interest for behavior. The first lap around the track feels heavy. By lap 3, your stride smooths out. The first paragraph takes 10 minutes. Midway through page 2, ideas flow. Success breeds more success. To leverage this, end each session by defining tomorrow's micro start. Close your laptop only after typing a note like, "Tomorrow, draft bullet points for section 2. This tactic, called anchored tasking, preserves momentum overnight. When you return, there's zero ambiguity. Ambiguity is friction. Clarity is lubricant. Goals are results-oriented. Lose 10 kilos, earn 6 figures, write a novel. Systems are process-oriented. Exercise 20 minutes daily, pitch one client every weekday, write 300 words before breakfast. Shrink and time box. Operate at the system level. You trust the process. The outcomes take care of themselves. Consider Jerry Seinfeld's "Don't break the chain" method. He marked an X on a wall calendar each day he wrote jokes. The aim wasn't a perfect punchline each session. The aim was simply show up and write. Over months, the chain lengthened, and the fear of breaking it became stronger than the urge to skip. Your tiny starts are the X marks. String them together, and the chain becomes your new identity. Fitness, lay out workout clothes before bed. In the morning, promise just a 5-minute dynamic stretch. Most days, you'll flow into the full session. Side hustle, open your project file and write one bullet point. If inspiration strikes, keep going. If not, close the laptop, guilt-free. Language learning. Spend 2 minutes on a vocabulary app. Hit streaks. Momentum makes quitting feel wrong. Relationships. Send one thoughtful text to a friend or relative each evening. Over weeks, your social bonds deepen without marathon phone calls. Mental health. Start a one-sentence journal. Most nights, a single line turns into a paragraph. If it doesn't, you still logged reflection. You'll skip date. Life throws curveballs. Sickness, deadlines, family crises. The key is the next action. Shrink even further if needed. 30 seconds instead of 2 minutes. One sentence instead of 50 words. Think of it as keeping a pilot light on. As long as the flame never fully dies, you can rekindle a roaring fire quickly. Every micro start deposits a vote in the ballot box of identity. I am a person who takes action. After hundreds of votes, calling yourself lazy feels inaccurate. You've built, through evidence, an identity of a doer. Beliefs hardened by proof are nearly unbreakable. The life you picture, travel, creativity, financial ease, isn't constructed in grand weekend sprints, fueled by rare surges of motivation. It's built in hundreds of trivial choices, jotting a rough title instead of watching another reel, stretching for 5 minutes instead of snoozing, reading 2 pages instead of scrolling headlines. Each micro start is a brick. Time boxing is the mortar. Layer enough bricks and the cathedral stands. So stop searching for tidal wave motivation. Instead, shrink the start until it feels almost silly. Commit for 2 honest minutes and trust momentum. Push the boulder an inch. Gravity will handle the downhill roll. Your big dreams won't arrive all at once. They'll emerge naturally from 1,000 tiny 2-minute victories. Take the first small step now and let physics carry you the rest of the way.